this question, but he was not available tonight, so I will read it. The following question was submitted by Anthony Heffiker, a senior at Mountain Vista High School. There has been budget cuts in the majority of the departments in Douglas County schools, and one of those departments hit the hardest is the performing arts, orchestra, jazz, choir, etc. How do you think the performing arts are beneficial to the development of students, and what will you do to keep performing arts from disappearing from high schools completely?
I think performing arts are tremendously important. I'm happy to have been a member of the Chaparral Patrons of the Performing Arts for the last 4 years. It's really exciting because they have an incredible program over there. They're right next to my house, and so I've been privileged to attend a lot of their performances. So in terms of the development of students, I think arts are an incredible asset to anybody who chooses to pursue them. So it's not just theater, it's music, it's a lot of the sorts of things that people want to pursue when they get beyond high school. In terms of what will I do, I think there are a couple different things that can be done. Right now we have a lot of booster clubs that raise money. The Patrons of the Performing Arts is one of them. And they've always been around. They've always been there to assist the local department in raising money for particular items. And they have a list of specific things that they've bought and that they've done. What I think is more important is creating a guaranteed pipeline to make sure that those monies stay at the schools. I know that the overall budgets at the district level have been hit hard, and individual schools have made those decisions because they have a lack of resources in general. The economy is on an upswing, more money is going back into the schools, and I'd personally like to see additional partnerships in the community. I've been speaking with various leaders around the community about performing arts and how to make sure that they stay strong in the schools and that they don't sink beyond a level that they've already sunk to, and that we continue to build them back up from where they were. Thank you.
High school band has a special place in my heart because that's where I spent 4 years at Papillion High School in Papillion, Nebraska. Learned a lot of things in band. It was my first door-to-door opportunity to sell band candy and band calendars and band whatever I could get my neighbors or my friends' parents to buy, because we did that for extras, however. When I was in school, band was something that the school district provided. There was a band conductor, and he ran the class, and the lessons that he gave us were just part of our education. You know, it's interesting to kind of talk about this because this district, quite frankly, is letting arts in its school slowly die. And there aren't a lot of kids coming up from the elementary school level and middle school level that have the opportunity to play an instrument unless their parents, of course, have the funds to enable that to happen. Being in band or drama or any other kind of art courses adds a lot to your life, and it's something that I am sad is not as available in Douglas County schools as it used to be. In fact, I talked to a parent just last night who said, yes, you know, I have to pay now for my daughter to take lessons. It's something I do because she enjoys it, but this district is asking parents to pay for more and more and more. We're asking our booster clubs to pay for more and more and more. And he said, that's just not right. And I believe him. I agree with him. It's not right. We need to do something about that. And again, we've talked about the fund balance, and Meghann's talked to you about what's available and what's not. But there is money, and we have to decide what to do with that money and how best to educate our kids and give them an experience in this district that will stick with them for the rest of their lives.
You know, I'm glad that Mrs. Scholting brought up her own experience. I learned to play all kinds of instruments from a young age. I started my musical career in the 3rd grade, and I continued through college marching band, which was an incredible experience if you want to pursue that. I find that music is incredibly important. We do have a lot of funding challenges in our district. I think that's kind of what we need to focus on. We want to make sure that we have a revenue stream for music and the arts. I think when people talk about the money that's available, they talk about it as if it's some kind of recurring source, and it's not. $18 million that I spoke about earlier is not a recurring source. We need to make the arts sustainable. We need to make sure we put money in there that's not just available right now, but that's available every single year, so that we don't have to keep going back to booster clubs and saying, oh my goodness, we spent our money last year, now we don't have money this year, and we don't have money at all because there's not enough balance left to support what we wanted to do last year. So yes, we need booster clubs are a vital part of our district, but I want to make sure that we have a sustainable, ongoing source to make sure that the arts are where we want them to be, and those conversations can happen around the individual schools.
Of course, at this point, I think many parents would argue that there is not the impetus in the district to sustain arts or to sustain many of the things that they believe their children are interested in. And quite frankly, parents are tired of paying and paying and paying for something that their tax dollars already paid for. And while the impetus and the importance in this district should be to giving a very good basic rounded education to all of the students here, there are also things that add so much to someone's life that you can't take away. Again, experience in band, marching band, concert band, opened me up to a world of opportunities. I was able to travel with the band. Of course, we raised the extra money for that. But it's just sort of an example of, honestly, what this district is doing in terms of ratcheting down, honestly, to the choices that the parents have in this district. There aren't as many choices as there used to be in this district for kids that want to excel at arts, for kids that want to maybe see that as a career as they graduate and go on either to college or out into the workforce. So the choices that parents have now, they are paying for. They're not provided by the district anymore like they used to be. We all realize that the economy at some point in time obviously was not very good. It is coming back. Actually, I sit on the Parker South Metro Fire Board, and the projections coming in from Douglas County are anywhere from 1.5% to 2% increase in property taxes that will be coming in to that particular district's budget. So we know that the economy is getting better. We know that money's coming back. The question is, will this district be able to project what it has to work with before it cuts the budget yet again, which is done for the past 3 years, which has grown that contingency rainy day fund?
Thank you, District G. We'll now take a 10-minute intermission and we will resume at 8:05.